In an effort to continue improving its overall efficiency, the Customs and Excise Division will be introducing a number of new initiatives as of Monday. Ilsa Graham has the details.
As the department seeks to reduce the time importers spend to clear goods at the port, Knowles says a rapid release of goods will make it easier for goods to be released on a timely basis, to facilitate trade and to decrease the cost of doing business. He adds that importers will have to apply to the Controller of Customs to utilize this rapid release of goods procedure.
What the rapid release intends to do is to reduce the time to minutes. So we have cut down the tariff checks. We want to remove the tariff checks from checking currently to do post checks. So what that means is that when the person comes to customs, that business, the warrants that is presented, some basic checks will be done by the attesting officer, and then after those basic checks have been done, then the warrant will be taken to the cashier for payment. So that procedure will reduce the time.
Other initiatives that will be introduced on Monday are the revised procedures for container checking and risk-based selective container checking. Knowles says a fee will be charged for checking containers before and after regular working hours.
Along with that, we also will be looking at a new container checking policy. In this policy, what we'll be doing, it will be applying fees. There are two rates of fees. One rate is applied for checking containers after hours, and after hours is after 4:30. And another rate is applied for checking containers during regular working hours. During regular working hours, the rate for checking container fees will be doubled. The government is going to get 50% and the officer will get the other 50%. But for goods that are perishable, those goods will be charged the regular rate that is being applied for after working hours.
Nigel Christian, Supervisor of Risk Management, says careful analysis will be undertaken to determine which containers are checked as it pertains to risk level.
What we are aiming to do is to find a balance between facilitation of goods or trade and high control still. And the concept for that balance between high facilitation of legitimate trade and still high control is risk management, meaning that goods are examined based on risk. What is the impact of not examining that shipment of cargo is going to have on the Antigua and Barbuda government in terms of revenue, in terms of impact to society, in terms of physical harm to the country. And based on those risks, based on intelligence, based on profiling, we make an assessment as to if the category of goods falls into low risk, medium risk, or high risk.
Christian adds that it is the hope of the Customs Division to introduce the selective examination process to the passenger side of Customs in a few months. For ABS News, Elisa Graham reporting.